Welcome into the 20 TV postgame wrap following an exciting 34-32 win for Liberty as they defeat Rampart. Matt Pauley, Vince Greco back with you. And Vince, this was just the score tells part of the story. This was an exciting game.
There's no words to describe it. It was exciting. I've almost lost my voice with all the talking and the excitement that was on both sides of the field. At times tonight, for most of the second half, you thought Liberty would run away with this. And then all of a sudden in that fourth quarter, the Rams never scored a touchdown in that third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, they turned it on. First play of the fourth quarter, and then on, they came back and took the lead.
Let's go back through the game with the highlights, and it started on a good note for Rampart, as after they did a lot of work on the ground, Parker Humphrey decided to put it in the air. He found a wide-open Tyler Prejean for a 55-yard touchdown pass. Made it 7-0. Rampart a few moments later would score via Joseph Gums as he rumbled into the end zone for 13 yards, 14-0. But here comes the Lancers. It starts with Cole Pelt, who had a ridiculously big day. He had a 3-yard touchdown run. There would then be a field goal from Hunter Waringa. The next play after that, you just saw Cole Pelt run it in for 20 yards. Waringa would then find Ryan O'Connell in the end zone, 33-yard touchdown pass as he comes up with a big play. Cole Pelt would then break a few tackles. Watch this guy run. He would find that left sideline after avoiding a few tackles. He would run for 68 yards, and all of a sudden, 31-14 Liberty. But here comes Rampart. Joseph Gums had the 1-yard run. He stayed on his feet, reached that football over, and that would get the Rams a little bit closer, and they would get that much closer on a 2-point conversion.
Huge play.
Parker Humphrey avoiding tackle after tackle, and he would find Xavier Bishop-Fallu alone in the end zone. Rams kept coming. Here's Tyler Prejean, 10-yard touchdown run. Made it 31-29. Then Trey Babb would kick a 26-yard field goal, and with 1:36 left, Rampart got the lead back. It was 32-31. But on the other end, the Lancers would drive down the field. Hunter Waringa would hit it from 33 yards out. That made it 34-32. That was the final score. Here's some of the numbers. Let's get to the numbers in a second. A couple things that weren't on the highlights,
right,
but notable plays. There was a play for Liberty. I believe it was Jake Moore. Might have been Cole Pelt. Looked like they had hit the ground.
Bottom down.
And it was called a fumble. Rampart got it back. If Liberty keeps the ball right there, they probably go on to win without all the drama. Then on that final drive before Liberty kicked the field goal, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct call. There was a pass interference call. That accounted for 30 yards with the clock not moving. Both huge calls in this game as Liberty comes back to win. Now let's look at these numbers. And for the most part, they're pretty even. I mean, 372 to 339 is not a huge difference.
Look at the total offense. 456 for the Rams, 455 for the Lancers. Now, the majority of that for Rampart came in that fourth quarter. But here's where you have to give some credit to the Liberty Lancers. They had 4 fumbles, Matt, all in that second half. You turn the ball over 4 times and a half, you're not going to win too many games. Lancers did persevere. They had some good calls. They really ran the ball effectively tonight, 372 yards on the ground, as you said. And even though there were some controversial calls, that makes for great television, and that was an exciting football game tonight.
Here are some individual numbers. We will start with Liberty in the win. Hunter Waringa didn't pass a lot, but was effective when he needed to be. Cole Pelt was a beast on the ground, 27 carries for 253 yards. Waringa would add 71 yards on the ground himself. And then Ryan O'Connell, a guy who's been a non-factor on this team for the most part, had 2 big catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Over on the other side of things, there you see for Rampart, Parker Humphrey threw for 117 yards and a touchdown. From a rushing standpoint, they had 200-yard rushers, including Xavier Bishop-Fallu, who rushed for 125 yards. Joseph Gums had 106. Tyler Prejean had 80. So 3 runners with 80-plus yards is pretty impressive. Joey Williams, 2 catches, 49 yards. He wasn't quite the impact in the game that I'm sure the Rampart coaching staff would have liked him to be.
Two big backs on the field, and Pelt and Gums tonight. I enjoyed watching this, Matt. It was a heck of a football game. Looking forward to the next one. Final score 34-32. Liberty prevails.
It was a fun one. That is our 20 TV postgame wrap. Look forward to talking to you again on 20 TV.